So yeah, this is our third episode of Off the Track on the Record, and we have some new people here today. Justin, we'll introduce you after the show opens. So, yeah, today we're talking about space. So let's get the show started. Off the Track on the Record. Welcome to Off the Track on the Record. This is our show where we have a bunch of people that run or have ran, and we're just a close group of guys, and we're talking about things that, frankly, don't really matter. So
except this time we have Chudzik.
So yes, we have some old faces and some new faces today. So, like usual, we're gonna introduce ourselves, and today I have a new question for everybody. So, on the end there, Brady, introduce yourself.
I'm Brady.
All right, and today's question is, what is your favorite sci-fi show or movie?
That's easy.
If you've seen, yeah.
Star Wars.
Anybody have any? All right, so that's going to count as sci-fi.
How does it not count as sci-fi?
Look, I know it's in space, but, traditionally you think of sci-fi as like
That's
those
exactly
older
what
movies.
sci-fi is.
Yeah,
all right.
Star Wars is definitely sci-fi.
Some people, I'm sure, would get
older movies too. Star Wars came out in the 70s. So
Science fiction.
Science fiction.
Star Wars is like the definition of sci-fi.
Yeah.
All right.
Star Wars defined sci-fi.
I know what you're saying.
Like,
Are lasers real, Bailey? Like, can you shoot somebody with a laser and it will kill somebody?
Yes.
Is that scientific?
Yes.
Is it fictional?
No, because
Yes.
it's real.
It doesn't, no.
That's
All right.
Ryan, you were gonna say something. Do you have about Star Wars? What's
we'll
your
come
comment?
back to him. We don't need to hear from Ryan right now.
I'll mute right now.
All right, next guest, who's our newest member today.
Hi, I'm Justin Chudzik.
Justin, what grade are you in?
I'm a senior.
just like everybody else on the show.
Yeah.
So Justin, what's your favorite sci-fi movie?
I'm going to have to go with Brady here and say Star Wars, the original one, not like the crabby new ones.
So what's the best episode?
4.
Episode 4? So
The original.
Like,
Original.
The OGs, like not before the remaster? Or like
5 is better. Empire Strikes Back is where it's at.
The first trilogy is all good.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring something up now that Justin, do you remember when we raced in 4th grade? And we raced a 40-yard dash, and it was me and Justin, and we raced and he beat me.
I don't remember that. I remember doing the 40-yard dash, though, in field day and all that stuff. Good times.
Yeah, it really was. So, sorry, I
Did we win? I think we won the 440 that year.
I don't think I did.
I can't remember.
I think, yeah, your class might have, but, it's
What are you
elementary
guys
school
talking about?
politics. Well, back in elementary school,
Did you go
we
to
had
East
field
Pete,
day,
Justin?
So.
No, I went to Roarstown.
Oh.
Boy, I went to Roarstown.
Oh yeah, you did. Well, yeah, but you played East Pete football, so.
Yeah, because Roarstown didn't have a football team.
Okay. Anyway.
All right, Farmer. Your name.
Okay, well,
favorite
I'm
name?
Ryan Farmer, You're always.
This is like the third time it's happened.
What's your favorite sci-fi show or movie?
That's a hard one because I don't really watch a lot of sci-fi. I watch a lot more horror. We've been over this.
I find that very hard to believe. Doesn't Farmer seem like the kind of guy that would be like an expert on sci-fi movies?
Yeah.
I'm a nerd. That's
Sci-fi
making
movies.
his face, man. Closer to the mic. Okay, that makes sense. All right. It's hard.
Don't hurt yourself.
Come on, Farmer.
It's
Just
killing
choose
me.
one.
Yeah. Ryan, come on.
I really like Pandorum.
What is
That's a
that?
good
What
one.
the heck?
It's
I
say
knew
Star
I knew you
Wars.
were gonna
How's
say
it-
something like that.
Farmer,
I knew
you're
you
gonna
were
say
gonna
you're
say
not
something
into
like that.
sci-fi movies, and you're gonna bring out this.
No, it's more. It's like a sci-fi horror. Basically,
Okay.
they crash land. Like, they don't know they crash land, but they're stranded on a spacecraft they think is in space,
Yeah.
and it's supposed to prey on like claustrophobia. And what happens is they have this like mutagen or like mutation thing in their sleeping pods that allows them to adapt to the planet surface they're going to because Earth is uninhabitable.
29% on Rotten Tomatoes. Just looked it up. Not a good movie.
It was cool. And then basically the whole thing revolves around just people going stir crazy in space and what happens after that. It's just kind of cool.
All right, Pandorum, everybody.
There we go.
Colin Gallagher.
Alrighty.
Briefly, he's gonna tell us what his favorite sci-fi show or movie is.
I don't know if you guys would want to hear me say it, but I'm a big fan of Stranger Things. I thought that show was really great. I know I sound like a bandwagon, but
I
But
don't
is
even
that
know what that
sci-fi?
is.
it is
sci-fi.
pretty sci-fi.
Okay.
I
How
will
is
say-
Okay, it's
how
not.
are Stranger Things sci-fi but Star Wars is
Okay,
not?
Stranger Things.
no.
guys are
Brad, we
both in my
agreed.
eyes.
We agreed. Star Wars is most definitely sci-fi. The only person
Right.
that didn't think it was sci-fi is Farmer.
Well,
No.
see, when I originally thought of sci-fi movies, I think of like aliens coming down to Earth. So that's why I was like making sure.
Well, okay, I've
Bailey's
seen.
the one who didn't think it was sci-fi.
Bailey,
Yeah.
what's
Alright.
your favorite?
Well, now that we're talking, we're branching out a little bit. I kind of like the TV show Alf.
Oh, nice.
I don't know that one.
Well,
I
you
will
never
say
heard of
I've
it.
seen
It's
the.
like an old '80s show.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen the
that
OG?
brings back good memories.
Has anyone else seen the OG Planet of the Apes
Oh, that's
from like the
creepy, dude.
'60s?
And their faces
Oh,
move weird.
That's
I can't.
dude. That's classic stuff right there.
Yeah.
The recent Planet of the Apes movies are all like any.
They're
Planet-
good though.
No, they're not.
They are.
No, they're not. We're not gonna argue about this.
I have
Did you
another-
watch War of the Planet of the Apes?
Okay, I'm not
That was a
talking about
horrible
that one. I'm
movie.
talking about,
I have
like,
another
Rise of the
movie
Planet.
that-
All right, guys.
That was not a good
I have
movie.
another
Okay.
sci-fi movie that's really good that I would definitely recommend.
What's
Let's
that?
hear it.
The Edge of Tomorrow
Another good one.
with
I think
Tom
I've heard
Cruise.
that one,
That
yeah.
one's really good.
Except Tom Cruise is a trash actor.
Okay.
Farmer, why
actually-
do you just deliberately say things? I feel like you just say deliberately provocative things sometimes. Like Tom Cruise is a terrible actor.
He
Really,
is.
really,
That's how
Star
far we're
Wars
getting.
Really?
isn't
No,
sci-fi.
every set because he's so short
really.
and he's barely an action.
You want to
star.
try?
Ryan, I think his $550 million.
Yeah.
would say differently.
Thank you. Thank you. Amen.
Have
you, Brad.
you guys seen Independence Day?
Yes, that's a good one.
Nope.
That's a good
The
one.
with Will Smith.
Yeah, that's
The
a good one.
original
I
is
changed
good
my
one.
answer.
Oh,
Independence Day is my best.
How can we forget? I Am Legend.
Oh,
That's a
cool.
good
really
sci.
good.
That's a great sci-fi movie.
I haven't seen it, so
That's with
Doesn't
that's with Will Smith and like all the people like I don't really exactly remember what happens, but like all the people they don't turn into zombies, but they turn into like really creepy.
Oh, actually, maybe I have
Creatures.
seen
It's a
it.
mutated
Yeah.
measles virus. It's supposedly the cure for diabetes.
Yeah.
And then they don't know, so you inoculate everybody with it, but then everybody transforms.
That's not the point. of
So
the-
aliens get diabetes, is what you're saying.
No, humans get rid of diabetes, but get a mutated strain of the measles, and they like turn into like creatures.
Yeah, they don't turn into zombies, but they turn into like these really creepy sort of conceptual.
All right, we're not
monsters.
talking about zombies today. So.
All right, that's true.
No more zombies.
What are other sci-fi bangers?
All right, we'll come back to that at the
Sci-fi
end if we have some
bangers.
extra time. But I really just want to get your guys' opinion. What's some background you know about space? You guys are probably some of the most intellectual minds at our school.
That is
So
It's big.
if you could, how would you describe space? And how about this?
It's
Describe
ex-
space
it's
in 3
expanding.
words.
It's expanding.
That's 2.
It's vast,
That's
and it is very hostile to human life.
that was a lot more words than 3, but I'll accept it.
Oh, you wanted like I thought you wanted like 3 ideas, not 3 words.
Well,
Big, dangerous, expanding.
Big, open, and empty.
There you go. Yes, a lot of it's empty.
Big, full of nothing.
Oh, that's 4 words. That's 4 words, Ryan. Ryan.
Are we gonna count "of" as a word?
Yes,
Yes.
it is a
It's
word.
more of like a modifier type word, though.
Still word.
Type
guess.
word, modifier type word.
Fair enough.
Justin,
Fair enough.
Justin, Farmer, if you put it into the computer, if I type "of" on a Word document, you know how many words
Okay,
it's
but
gonna
there's
tell me I have
multiple.
on the
There's
computer?
acronyms
Well,
out there.
What?
There's acronyms out there that have "of" not in the acronym, but still use it in the actual
Give me-
extended
give
word.
me
They're
an
not
example,
counting
please.
the number of words.
Like Department of Health. Okay, so that's U.S. Department of Health, USDA.
okay.
Yeah, just because it doesn't.
USDA.
USDA.
Isn't that the United States Drug Administration?
That's it. Yeah.
Or no, the Department of Agriculture.
Yeah, my-
USDA.
So-
I don't
Department
know
of
my
Health.
acronyms very well.
Where'd
but there
you,
is
where'd you get the A from for the
The whole
Department of
point
Health?
of it-
Okay, Farmer, I kind of understand what
the
you're
whole
saying.
point
but
of it
you
is
weren't-
there
you
is an
weren't-
"of" in the word.
Okay, but you weren't making an acronym.
No, you're just
Okay,
saying
well, I used
3
the wrong
words.
acronym. My bad. Okay,
Anyway.
Colin, why don't you just trample all over my life, you know?
All right, Brady.
How about
How
that?
would you describe space?
3 words. 3 words.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I don't know. This is
I
my
don't
3
know.
words.
There you
This is
go.
my
There's
3
your
words.
answer.
I will say,
Will you?
can I go for it? Can I will say I think that space exploration and our comprehension of what we know about space is very under taught in
That's true.
high school. A lot of what I know about like space and my understanding of like what we know about the world outside of our planet just is from like books and YouTube videos. It's
That's
not
deep.
a lot of it has to do with. I think the last time I was educated on like the solar system or something like that was like 6th grade.
Yeah,
You remember we learned about the solar system in 6th grade?
I remember that.
I do.
Yeah, they definitely like in high school. There's nothing about space at all. So the last time you actually learned about it was elementary school.
Which is a really sort of a shame because it's only until you really like think about it and you like so much of what we know about like just science and like the age of the universe and as far as like how planets come about and how solar systems form and all of these important things we know through space exploration and research, and we just sort of we don't really, I don't think we understand that like a lot of what we know comes from research that was done from space exploration, and we kind of just take it for granted and we're like, oh, we just know these things because we do. It's like common knowledge to us, but for a long time it really wasn't.
But the thing is, like, it's really hard to teach these concepts in school because like
It's not hard.
they're hard to understand. Like,
Some of them
explain a black hole to somebody in a CP class.
Some of them
or
are
somebody
very.
like
Some of them. Some of them are difficult. Well, I wasn't really talking about black holes because black holes
Well,
haven't
that's
had
a
an
part of space.
influence. Yeah, but it hasn't had an influence on our life. Space exploration is how we determine that the sun is at the center of the solar system.
But is it?
You want to debate? You want to debate that? You want to debate that?
Well, this is coming from Colin, who believes the Earth is flat. We'll be right back.
Anyway,
in a few
amen.
seconds.
Amen.
Minus 17 seconds stand count. 15, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 8, start, 2, 1, booster ignition, and liftoff of the Space Shuttle Discovery, returning to the space station, paving the way for future missions beyond.
Space. The final frontier. That's what we're talking about today. We're talking about space.
I always tried to be. Gina tried to beat you to it.
So outside of movies, and what were we talking about before? Just space in general. What we think of it.
space and education. I think we got it.
Right. So if you guys could be launched into space, right? What would be the first food you eat when you go into space?
Peanut butter.
Why is
Because I like peanut butter.
that?
So I'll eat it on Earth and I'll eat it in space.
There we
Amen to
go.
that.
There we go.
The
real man knows what he
astronaut
wants.
astronaut ice cream. That's how I'd be.
You mean that like rip-off stuff they made in like the 80s?
Yeah, what
Yeah.
exactly are you? What like point are you trying to get at, Bailey? Like, what are you trying to ask me? Like,
He's
how would what I
asking you what you
how,
want to eat
but how
in
would
space.
how would what I
That's the
eat in
question.
space be any
Okay,
different
so-
from what I eat
okay,
now?
so in
'cause you
space,
can't
in
eat all
space
that
there's
stuff
no
in-
gravity.
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
So you'd be experiencing zero gravity.
You can't eat a salad because it would fall apart.
That's right. Unless you ate a space salad.
You can no. You can easily
Find a space
you can
salad.
easily eat a salad.
How?
You could just like if everything was floating, you could just gather everything into the bowl and then put like a lid on it.
Yeah, but then
Then you can't eat it.
But
Yeah, then when you
lettuce-
try to
But
take
if-
the lid
but
off
if-
to
no,
eat
but
it, then
like
it
if I
floats.
was eating it,
floats
if
away.
I was eating it, like if I was sitting in it, like, and I was just holding the bowl,
Yeah.
like it's not gonna just float out on
Yes,
its
it will.
own.
Because
No, it won't.
look, that's
No,
what
that's
you
not
do.
what
You
zero-
try
that's
to
not
put
what zero
ranch
gravity-
dressing on
no,
it,
that's
then it
not
gets
what-
into the
no,
controls, and your
that's not what zero
spacecraft
gravity-
blows up. That's what
not
happens.
zero gravity means. No,
That
no,
is-
no, that's not. If
that
I
is-
if I was holding it, look, farmer.
Yeah,
just
but if
picture
you,
this.
if you even like do any type of movement on that bowl, all of a sudden everything.
That lettuce
There's
is
nothing
gone,
to hold
bro.
it back. There's no opposing force. You know physics. That's what happens.
Yeah, but there's nothing pushing it out.
Yeah,
Like,
you just tap the
Maybe
bowl.
a
it
head
moves.
of lettuce would be a more viable option for you.
yeah, there we go. Now
Just
we're
do
talking.
Bite it right off like a.
Just like,
Like an apple.
just like cover the head of lettuce in French. Just
All right.
eat it
Well,
like
so Colin's food would be lettuce,
that.
and Farmer, what would you eat in space?
That's a hard one. I think I would eat like some yogurt. I don't know why. I just think it'd be good because it's like nice and creamy, and I could just just throw it up and slurp it.
Do you want to slurp yogurt? What do you drink? Do you drink like watered down yogurt or something?
No, it's space. It's so you
Yo, are you talking
No,
about?
that's
Are you
not
talking
how
about
it
Gogurt?
works.
You
No,
can do
that's
that.
not
You can do that
how
with
it works.
Gogurt,
You can
bro.
do that.
You don't even
Yogurt,
need.
You could
no.
do that with yogurt.
No, farmer.
It's
if you had-
it's
Right,
already a
right. You can do that
semi-liquid
on
state.
Earth. Just get Gogurt.
No, I'm
Throw
not
it up in
looking
the
for
air.
Gogurt.
No,
though. I just-
he's trying to say he wants to throw it up in the air and
go
eat
like-
it out of the air, which
That's
I
what-
respect.
Farmer,
Yeah.
unless you took the cup of yogurt and like banged it on the side of the spaceship, it's not gonna come out of the cup just like
Yes,
magic.
it
Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
Hold
Colin.
it in there. All right,
Yogurt,
guys,
no,
let's
yogurt
take-
like sticks to a surface, farmer. If I threw yogurt, like if I had like a spoon of yogurt and I threw it against the wall, it would stick
Yeah, but
It'd
it still
slide
came
down.
off the spoon.
because it's adhesive.
In space, there is no gravity.
That is true.
So what else would you guys do in space?
Man, I'd be doing so many backflips.
That's when you get dizzy, Brad, with your
Yeah, no.
concussion and all.
I think I would reintroduce the monkey space program and then try to teach them like I don't know basic math. In
So would you
space.
do that while you were already in space?
Ryan
Yeah.
would be the monkey that they send to
So
space.
where would the monkeys come from?
No, I would contact Mission Control and be like, okay, send the monkeys up, and then I would teach them things in space. I don't know.
What if
It
the
should be
monkeys
fun.
like lost their mind? Like, what if the monkeys like got really angry and started like terrorizing the spaceship?
Well, then I eject them to the spaceship, obviously.
Oh, okay. It's gonna throw a monkey out.
Hey, it's if they're gonna mess with me, I'm gonna mess with them. That's how it is.
Farmer knows how to solve problems.
If you guys could go to space, would you? Like if somebody told you right now, like here's $1 billion, go to space.
I actually, like, I mean, like, I would have to be like an incredibly, a much better person than I am now. But there have been a lot of Penn State like graduates that are actually like astronaut candidates for NASA, apparently. So like, if I was really determined, like, maybe, but it's not something.
But
that
somebody's giving you money to do it. Like somebody's saying,
No. You
here's-
apply through NASA.
No,
hypothetical. This is hypothetical.
Oh, come on, no.
You guys were being hypothetical, but I'm being serious. Like,
Colin wants to be an astronaut.
anybody can apply to be an astronaut. I'm serious.
Yo,
You
we
can
got
go
that.
on
We got
NASA and
that.
you can go apply to be an astronaut. Now you got to be like a freaking Harvard. You got to be like a.
The thing is, I don't want to be an astronaut. I just want to go into space.
If someone
No.
offered you money to go to space, would you? That's the question we're asking.
Probably, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Only if it was Elon Musk, because I think he's credible space explorer.
Elon Musk has money, is what he has.
Really?
You realize he built
Really?
PayPal? He coded PayPal. Like you can't pay somebody to code you something. that ingenious.
He built. Okay, so he what PayPal?
He built PayPal.
He built PayPal. He didn't build a rocket ship.
Yeah, actually, he hired people to build a rocket ship. And then he
He
started
hired
into
people to
space.
build a rocket ship. It's a very big
So I was like,
difference.
he could hire me to
Still
go
a
into
very
space.
intelligent man.
I
Yeah,
didn't
I
say
would-
he was unintelligent. I said he can't build
Well,
a rocket
You're
ship.
just acting
No,
like he's
I'd
just
say,
rich.
like Elon Musk, if he was the guy that was like, hey, you want to go to space? I would go with him because I feel like he probably could hire some pretty.
Oh, you're saying you would work for SpaceX?
No, I don't want to work for SpaceX. I'm saying,
He wants to go to
hypo-
space.
hypothetically, if Elon Musk told me he'd pay me to go to space, I would. But if it was like the United States government, probably not, because I feel like they probably wouldn't.
Yeah, the
have
last
as much,
time there have been times when
yeah.
they've said, "Hey, do you want to go to space?" and then they blow up. So
Yeah,
I think
that's what
I'm
I'm
gonna stay
saying.
here.
That happened one time.
One
One too
time,
many times.
with
Yeah,
Chal-
one time
with
too many.
Challenger.
School
One too many
teacher on
times.
it.
She's still just as dead.
Okay,
up.
fine. All right, fine. Not to mention the countless other astronauts we've sent up to space and returned them alive.
Yeah,
Since the 80s.
how many SpaceX astronauts have died?
There are none.
That's the point.
Zero.
That's why I'm gonna be the
Can't
first
try
How
one.
many
Brady
NASA
can be
rockets
ours.
can land themselves, though? That's the real question.
None.
Oh, I would not go up on a self-landing rocket.
No, I wouldn't either. No, I'd be driving
I'm not
that
going
thing.
up on
No,
a bot. Or something. No way.
SpaceX managed to land like 3 parts of their own rocket simultaneously.
Yeah, and they've
Yeah,
managed to
3
blow
parts
up
of
a
the one
million
rocket.
times.
Yeah,
Justin, you remember when we watched that video in class of
Yeah.
all the SpaceX crafts that have just crashed and burned?
Yeah, we're talking
That
about
was
their
not-
modern technology, though. It's been a long time coming for them to actually get to the point where they can do these things.
Yeah, actually, Brad, I don't know if you watch this video that we watched.
I don't think you want to go up to
I don't
space.
think you'd want to go up to space
I
with
don't wanna
space,
go up
let
to
alone
space after
definitely.
You'd
with
have to give me a
SpaceX.
lot of money, and I would have to be pretty old because I like near
I
the
had a
end
good
of my
life.
life.
I had a good life.
Near the end of my
It was
life,
worth
I'd
it.
probably do it. Right now, no, I got too much life to live.
Jeez.
I also do kind of feel like if you got up to space though, like, I mean, zero gravity would be cool. That's like whatever. I mean, like, but like you can experience zero. There are ways to experience zero gravity here. I mean, they're not cheap and they're not comfortable. But I just think that, like, you know, I think the idea of going to space, the way that other astronauts do, it's like cool in your head, and it's definitely like an experience that you. It's a very like individual experience that not a lot of other people can say they've done. But like, you know, once you I mean, you're in space, but you're not like going to Mars or something like that. It's really not that like, I feel like it would kind of almost be underwhelming, because like you get up there and you're just in a chamber. Now that chamber's zero gravity, ooh, but like, I mean, like
You're also floating to wherever you don't
you're
know where
just
you're gonna
in
be.
space. You're just there now. Like you get up
Yeah.
there and I feel like it would be cool for like an hour, and
Yeah,
then
it's
you're like
oh yeah,
Then I think I'd
Space.
go.
and then you're
crazy.
like stuck up there for like a long time, and then you gotta come down and like.
It's true. It's true.
I mean, you can Google what the Earth would look like from a spaceship
Yeah, it's
Yeah, but-
flat.
and just like look at yeah. Anyway, but you could just look at it and just be like, there it is.
Going along with that.
There it is. I don't think it would be. I don't
You can
know.
also Google how the Great Wall of China looks.
But
From
people
Google
still want to go
Maps.
there.
People
I
still
heard you
go there.
can't actually see the Great Wall of China from space. I heard that's like a myth.
I don't think you can.
Yeah, no.
I'm just saying, like,
Well-
if you go into Google Maps or something,
Oh.
you're not gonna be able to see the Great Wall of China
Farmer, people
the same as if you were actually there.
like we do send astronauts to space, but most of the time we send them up for like a purpose or a reason. Like we don't just waste millions of dollars sending astronauts up to space just
Just
to
for
say
fun.
that they can do
Just
it.
for
Like,
fun.
You
like
spend millions of
yo,
dollars
anyone
sending
else?
them-
Anyone else
we
want to
did-
go up?
We did it to see if we could do it, but now it's more
We did it.
testing things in a zero gravity environment in a void, if you will.
Or say something
I
went
mean,
into
we
our
sent-
space station. We gotta fix it.
Yeah, I mean we send a lot of astronauts up to space. Is it too close?
No,
Yeah,
you
right.
just keep monopolizing it, so just stay in the
Okay.
middle.
Well,
Hold it in the middle.
I mean like we send a lot of astronauts up to space because like there is a lot of work we need to do. As
Mm.
far as
Well,
like
we
on
also
the
test a lot
on
of
the
things
International
in these
Space Station
International
and
Space
stuff
Station.
like
They're
that.
constantly running simulations of
Yeah.
experiments.
But like, I mean, we send them up for a reason. Like, we don't send a lot of people to the moon anymore because there's nothing really to do.
You can mine the moon. They're looking into that.
Really?
Because the like the elements are the same as the stuff on Earth.
Yeah, I
so
heard
they
there's
think-
a
What
came
are
from the Earth.
what are
Yes.
they looking for?
so just like that could be like a kind of a way station between the Earth and Mars, like to get like.
That would be so
Other stuff.
sick. Space mining. That's the
Yeah.
future.
I think
I'm
they
I'm
found
putting
this.
money into that.
I think
Chris,
Bitcoin up
Chris,
in space.
take all your money out of PP&L and put it into space moon mining.
Well,
Ain't.
aren't there companies out there now and today that are actually interested in mining like asteroids and stuff like that? Because
Oh, I'm
they're just
sure.
sitting there.
I mean, why not?
Asteroids are not just sitting there. Asteroids are moving around it.
They're moving pretty
What I'm
Hundreds
saying
of-
is, okay,
they're moving
Hundreds
pretty
of miles
quick.
an hour.
Nobody
They're
is
freaking
taking
flying.
You're not gonna catch an asteroid.
nobody is
overhead.
going for them. They're just kind of there. Okay, yes, they're moving, but they're not being used or like maneuvered. Like they're just kind of floating through space at a certain speed.
Do you guys remember like a year or two ago when like everybody was talking about how we need to colonize Mars and how that was just like the dumbest idea we've
No,
ever
it's
like
not
we
dumb.
sent like we spent like a
Genius.
space probe we sent like a space probe to Mars and everyone was like Mars is the future, we gotta colonize Mars.
I think
And
they're
They
still
haven't
talking
even
about
sent
that.
people there yet.
exactly
It's
like
'cause you can't, they
it's
die.
freaking
They
so
die.
far
Well,
off.
that's
It's
SpaceX's
so
end goal,
friggin'
and they're
dumb.
gonna do it in a couple years.
Oh, they are gonna no, it's
I
gonna
w-
happen eventually. I definitely think
I do not
so.
think it's a couple years away. I think it's a
No,
long
They're getting
time
people
away.
there in a couple
No.
years. So I'm saying
Yeah, and then they're
it's
gonna
not
die there.
to send
They're not
people,
gonna come
to send
back.
people to Mars. No, Brad, we'll probably send people to Mars in our lifetime.
No, it's
In
a
our
one-way
lifetime.
trip. Like they're not.
It's gonna be a while.
When you sign
Yeah,
up,
It'll
for
be-
it,
it'll be
you're
a while.
not
It's gonna be a
going
while.
anywhere. You're staying on Mars.
To
but-
sustain life
I
there,
think
it'll
that's
be a
the
while.
biggest-
It's gonna be a while.
Oh my
and then
gosh.
those people are gonna die.
Understand the logistical nightmare of sustaining life on Mars. Just
Yeah,
imagine,
they won't-
because you need to ship stuff from Earth, and it takes
Yeah.
so long.
Oh yeah, I'm not
It-
not debating
It'd
that.
be crazy.
No, and yeah, the biggest thing is that people are saying that like, oh, we're gonna run into all these problems with pollution and stuff in the future. Let's just go to Mars.
That
Like
makes no
that is
sense.
the dumbest possible solution to that problem. I'm
Climate
glad
change
that no
isn't
one's
real.
really talking about that anymore because that is a horrendous
I think they're
solution to
probably
the
still
problem.
talking
We're,
about it.
we're still going. It's not like it just stopped.
Yeah,
Like
I
they
know,
said,
but like
cancel
all of
Mars.
these all of these new age freaking progressives that like like Justin's laughing. All of these like new age, people who think that like, science is going to solve all the world's problems in a matter of years were like super excited about the idea. People who just don't really are like excited about science but they don't understand it. We're like, "Oh, we're going to colonize Mars and it's going to be great." But like there's no air on Mars. There's no water on Mars. Like
There's also
it's-
no people on Mars. We'll be
there's-
right back, guys.
But yeah, like
No, we just took a break, boss.
what are we doing? What?
Nothing. You got the break.
We
No.
just took a break.
No, we're not taking a break. This is important. I'm in right now. I'm in the zone right now.
All right, and we're back.
So yeah, but like, I mean, like, it's important. You know, we might get excited about the idea of like messing around on Mars, but it's a lot more important that we focus on trying to solve the problems here, the problems that are facing our world like right now, rather than trying to say that we're gonna put all of our time and energy into putting people on Mars.
Oh yeah, Mars is like in no way a substitute for Earth.
No,
you
no
need
way.
the things on Earth in order to make life on Mars work. And I still don't even see, like, thinking about it in my head logistically how that would even work. Like, you don't have air. Like,
Well,
you
yeah,
need
yeah, you know,
to
Justin,
supply
and
all
you know,
this stuff.
I don't disagree with that, but I also think that, like, you know, I definitely don't think it would happen in like our lifetime, but I really think that, you know, the possibilities, if you have the technology that's advanced enough, the possibilities are really kind of endless.
Yeah, but
you know.
the key part is the technology
Yeah.
needs to be there before
But
you
I
can
think,
do that.
but I think I have confidence that, you know, I really think there's no limit to
Since the
what
beginning-
technology can
Since the beginning
accomplish.
of time, people have always found a way. Like, there's always
Yeah.
been a way to solve a problem.
That's
So,
kind of what
I don't
I'm
know.
saying. You know, until the day that we like are trying to rip space and time in half to try to like solve some sort of goal or achieve some sort of or reach some sort of scientific achievement, I really don't see a limit as to what science can accomplish.
Interesting enough, I've actually heard that one of the ways they're thinking about colonizing Mars in a way and actually providing an atmosphere is by detonating a bunch of thermonuclear explosions on the surface, so actually cause a greenhouse effect because all the vapors will
Yeah.
condense and then it will actually create an oxygen-rich
Yeah,
environment.
that's what
What about the
I was gonna say. The
radiation?
first
Yeah, what about
if
the radiation?
if we want
then?
to colonize
Use a hydrogen bomb. is
No,
very
yeah,
low
that's what I was
radiation.
saying. You know, if we really want to colonize Mars, the first step would probably be to create an atmosphere on Mars that is sustainable to life. Now, right now, you know, there's no really feasible way to put that much oxygen into the atmosphere of Mars that it could sustain life. And you also have to think about, you know, whether or not it can actually stay there. But no, it's definitely not like feasible yet, but I have really almost no doubt in my mind that it could happen eventually. Eventually is the key word there.
Yeah, I mean, like, eventually it could be 20 years from now. Eventually it could
Are
be
you
like
looking at
2,000
memes?
years from now.
Get off your freaking phone.
all right, we are actually going to take a break now, so we'll be right back. And if you're really into, you know, live music and things around Lancaster, make sure to check this out. Do you like live music and seeing your local bands perform? Come out to see the Mountain Men, Alma Gray, and the recently formed Jets with their new hit song, Wendy. All coming together for the No More Parties in Lancaster show on Friday, June 8th at 6 p.m. $3 for admission and all are welcome. See description for more details. All right, guys, we're back. I had to interject before they started yelling about coffee again. If you guys listened to last week's episode, that's all they talked about. So, obviously, we've been talking about people are going to be living on Mars. I think that's consensus. People are going to be living on Mars.
Yeah,
like,
eventually.
in like
Eventually.
2000, in like 2,000 years maybe.
Yeah, not in our lifetime, unless
Unless Elon Musk gets cracking.
Elon
Musk cracks the whip and says, "Let's go, boys."
Elon Musk can do anything he puts his mind to.
That's right.
Hey, you could probably live on Mars right now for like 30 seconds, you know.
Probably. You could also live on the sun.
I think I would probably.
If that's the case, so that's how we're qualifying.
Uh-huh.
Oh, did you guys hear about the mission to the sun where they're sending a bunch of names just to see what's on the surface?
Names.
Like, okay, so it's an initiative. Basically, you can put your name in in the flash drive of the computer that's going to be sent to
And
not
the
Mars.
computer will melt.
Yeah, I know, but they're just seeing.
I
they're
got a quick question about that. Like, how are they gonna get there without it? Like,
no, yeah, that's the whole
So
Disintegrating.
they're
Yeah.
plugging the
point.
flash drive into the sun.
No, it's on a satellite type thing.
Okay.
So basically, they're just sending it into the sun just to see how long it can last and what's directly on the surface. Just
That
to get
sounds like
a real quick idea.
a waste of money
Ooh.
because I don't think it's gonna make it to the surface before it burns up.
True.
Yo,
I don't think
you want to
it's
talk
supposed
about Mars and sci-fi movies? Did any of you guys see The Martian?
No.
the one with
That was pretty
what's his
good.
face?
With
Ben Affleck, right?
No, the other guy.
No.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
I
yeah.
thought that was a good movie. I
I still want to see.
I gave that props.
Yo, how do we talk
It
about
was really interesting.
sci-fi movies and not mention E.T.?
Oh,
Because that's
That's
not
what I was
like
actually
it's a
thinking about
it's a
that.
classic.
That's a classic.
It's a classic
That's-
movie,
that-
but it's
I
not
changed,
like
I changed my answer from the beginning of the show. That is my absolute favorite movie, E.T.
I mean,
what
it's
about Interstellar though?
It's not
Interstellar.
comparable.
Interstellar.
Are you
I heard.
kidding?
I heard.
Are you
I heard
kidding?
Interstellar. I've been itching to see
It
that.
was a
I
good
heard
movie.
with
You
with
have
Matt McConaughey.
Yeah,
I thought that
is
movie.
there a
I heard
lovable
that movie
alien?
was really good.
E.T. is by far the most lovable
Bailey,
alien
okay,
you will ever meet.
Sure.
What is with you and
okay.
lovable
He loves
aliens?
Reese's
Congratulations. Yeah.
Alf, E.T. What are you gonna like?
E.T.
The Coneheads next.
No. Well,
Conehead should have won an
Maybe.
Oscar.
all
I don't
right.
even know.
Well,
Change
these
my
movies.
mind.
This
Change
is
my
this
mind.
is getting ridiculous. For this week's episode, this is off the track. On
No,
the
we do not
record.
need to cut yet. We got like 3 minutes.
So what do you want to talk
Come
about?
on, this is an important. This
See,
is a
Colin
good
did this last
conversation.
time too, where I tried
What?
to close the show naturally, and now he's.
No,
Let's just
dude,
close
we're
the
having a
show.
good conversation
Close
about
it off,
movies.
Buzz.
What are we talking about next time?
I think we should talk about.
Sports.
Let's have Justin pick a topic.
Sports.
Any idea
Me.
what you want to talk about? What would you like if you had to talk about one thing?
Yo, I've been
for
trying to pick a topic
50
for
minutes.
3 weeks now.
Chusky Hud.
Sports.
But Justin,
Okay,
no,
let's entertain
none of us know
whatever he
anything
wants
about
to.
sports. No. We'll
I didn't know anything about horror movies, and
All
I
right.
started to do it.
Next episode, we're talking about sports. For off the track, on the record. This is Bailey
We are
Taylor.
not talking about
Colin
sports. I
Gallagher,
refuse to
Ryan
talk
Farmer,
about
Justin
sports.
Chudzik, and Brady Lausch. Thank you, and have a nice day.